freeze like last time. You got it there, David Suzuki?
There you go.
Mother Nature.
You got in? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. Thanks. I got in, now you're out. Yeah, that's great.
Welcome
You're in.
to Off the Rickshaw, episode 17.
Yo, it's Rickshaw Rampage. That's our brand.
What did I say?
You said Off the Rickshaw.
Well, the Rickshaw presents Rickshaw Rampage.
Bro, you got notes there? Write down the introduction to the goddamn podcast.
Rickshaw Rampage, episode 17. Another episode.
This guy's taking deep breaths.
Another episode.
Like you're in labor.
No, bro.
And I smell garlic. Are you giving birth to garlic?
You can't smell garlic.
I can.
Because I
know,
had
you
chewing
said,
gum. I told you about it.
Your chewing gum smells like garlic.
It is. It does.
I shouldn't judge you because
it's buttered in hummus.
I probably smell like sabji, onion, tarka. My mom had like 7 friends over and she was cooking.
Did she have a kiddie party?
She what?
It's called a kiddie party, like when the elder women like get together and all that. They play bridge and stuff like that.
No, my mom don't play bridge, bro. She's brown.
Does she play carom board?
No.
Ludo?
They just watch Taliban TV. That's what they do. They sit there. You know what it is? It's like The View for brown women. They just hate on men. They talk about how useless their husbands are.
Did I not tell you about that show I watched last week on
No, what's it called?
Kama Sutra.
Oh,
it's called Kama Sutra.
Hey, you're married, like.
Did I not tell you? Did I not talk about this?
No.
Oh my God! So there's a show called Kama Sutra where this brown auntie.
This is Rickshaw Review. Here we go.
Rickshaw. Oh yeah, well, might as well be a Rickshaw Review. Brown auntie is talking about how to have pleasure your wife or your husband.
My God. Did your wife tell you to watch this?
No, this is now, bro. I was just flicking channels, so my wife was she kept saying change the channel. This is the funniest. This was killing me. She's like, this guy calls in and he's like. This guy's like, hello, my name is Prem. And then he starts speaking in Urdu. He's like, not comfortable in English. And then he speaks in Urdu, and I'll translate it because I know your Urdu is a little weak. He's like, I'm having problem.
It's not weak. It's just not very good.
It's weak.
Samja?
Weak sauce.
Samja?
Your samja sounds like sabzi.
Samja?
Samja.
Samja?
So Prem.
That means understand.
Yeah. Prem calls in and says, hey, I'm having trouble making love to my wife. And the way he explains it, he's like,
love?
No, he's like mohabbate.
Okay,
he said mohabbate.
There we go.
He said I'm having problem making mohabbate with my wife because
that sounds a little more classy.
Because because it happens very fast. So he's talking about premature ejaculation. Obviously, he doesn't know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the lady, this is how rude this hostess is. This brown auntie. She's like, first of all, no problem. It is called premature ejaculation. That's what your problem with. That's what your problem with yours. Her English was worse than mine, guy.
Are you serious?
This is her remedy. She picks up a dildo. And then she's like, or a gel, which you use on your gums. She's like, put it underneath the tip of your penis, and this will numb it, and it'll make you last longer. Basically, she gave you a homemade remedy for delayed spray. That's what she did. And then she's got this dildo in her hand, and she's planning to apply the gel on it. Yeah. Like she's giving step-by-step Why you seem so interested in this all of a sudden?
I don't. I was just thinking about all the Muslim audience members we gained last week from our talk about the niqab that we're probably going to lose now. But continue.
Bro,
Stephen Harper, continue.
This show was killing me.
Bill C69.
Then I switched it off because I could not handle it. I was just laughing my head off. Because the way she was explaining it.
Did you feel like you should have taken some of those notes down for
yourself? I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew you were going to bring it up.
Was your wife there?
Yeah, she was laughing her head off at the explanation.
I was going to ask how comfortable you guys kind of watching that. She didn't kind of look at you and give you that.
No, she was laughing at her. She kept saying, change the channel. Yeah, she said that, change the channel.
And you tried to record it.
I was like, babe, you got to listen to her explanation. Because she's like, and then you can go to www, that's 3 times W, dot. And then she gave her website. Bro, I was dying.
How did you come across this? I've never heard of this show.
Oh, it's part of Rogers Network, man. It's like,
is this a specialty channel?
Yeah, it's like, in Saga, like that runs like with Khaled. It's something like that.
It's a local show.
It's a local show, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was airing at like 10:30 in the night.
Is this auntie at least hot?
No, she was not.
God, she's giving out advice.
Bro, it was most fun. But you know what? I like what she did on the second segment.
What's her name? Does she have a special name?
I missed it. I missed her name because I was laughing so hard. But this is what she was really.
Sexy Satinder or something? Like
no. Just Kama
Was
Sutra.
she a real doctor?
She was. She was a sexologist. That's what she called herself.
That's so made up, bro.
But here,
that's like you calling yourself a sex expert.
No, never.
Okay.
Never. So this is the part which I
got
really
that
like.
clear.
She actually kind of conveyed messages, like her positive message to the elderly was that you should talk to your kids about sex because they are obviously culturally we're shy to talk about all this, about the birds and the bees and everything. So she's like, you should encourage these type of conversations with your kids and your sons and your daughters. So it kind of helps them not make them feel embarrassed or ashamed. And then I switched off the channel because
It's
it was
a part
just
of
too
life.
hilarious for me because the way she was
I
talking
think
was
it
killing
probably
me.
hit home for you, some of those points. Like, it
No, it
really
didn't.
questioned your manhood. You're like,
No, it didn't.
I can't
Yo,
watch
the
this.
Oragel was, you know why? Because when she said Oragel and she's like, and then you put it on the dildo here, like this right underneath your penis, your shaft.
That's gutsy.
Your shaft. And then she
Gutsy.
showed it. She showed it. And then she started giggling, which was hilarious because every time that Oragel ad comes in, remember? If you've seen the Oragel ad, it's like, I was the best man for my brother's wedding. And my mouth and my brain was going boom, 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 boom. Like the Oragel ad.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Oh, so that's when that's the whole. You missed the whole point, bro. That's the ad. So when she's talking about Oragel, I'm thinking in my head, boom, 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 like the penis shaft. Anyway, it was
So
just,
maybe that's the effect that happens afterwards. So do you think that this explanation she gave to Prem, this is actually going to work?
I don't know. I'm not gonna try it. I know where you're going with this. I'm not gonna try this.
That means it doesn't work. That means it doesn't
therapy.
work. This homemade Oragel remedy. You know what she probably did? She probably Googled that.
Yeah, and then she spoke about it.
Because
Yeah.
you know what I learned? So my mom used to watch the Saturday morning Astrology, and I was like, oh my god, this.
Oh, was it like a pundit show?
Yeah, so I'm like,
yeah.
this guy sounds very familiar. His predictions, bro. 3 weeks later, he was found out to be a scam artist. He used to read the friggin' Toronto Star.
No.
Yeah, so he'd read the Toronto. I think 1 week it probably wasn't delivered, and he
Stop making
he
stuff
read the
up.
weeks before. So maybe that's what she does. But good on her. What time was this on?
Oh, 10:30.
You think you're ever gonna watch it again?
No, if I see it,
I
I'll
want to
probably
watch it
will.
out of curiosity.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it if I find it again. I don't remember. I was
That's
just flicking
crazy.
through channels, and I was like, the funniest form, and maybe because culturally, because the way she was
Yo,
speaking,
culturally, we're
the
supposed to be
accent-
the masters of it.
Yeah, the accent, and then she picks it up, and then she's like, "You see this? This is your penis, your manhood, and this is your shaft. You put the Oragel right here, and this will numb it." And the way, I was like, step by step.
What was
guide.
Prem saying? Was Prem getting excited? Like, do it again.
Prem was.
Do it again.
Prem was like, and you sure this is not? She's like, and then you can go to my website www. That's 3 times W dot and whatever her Kama Sutra, whatever her channel was. She's like, go in the section premature ejaculation and read more stuff on it. It'll help you. And I was
I
like,
want you to go on our website for next
I have to
week.
find
I
it.
want
Yeah,
to see
next
how
time.
legit she
I'll
is.
record it for you, man.
Yeah,
and,
please.
and then you can come over and see it.
Please do. I want to see your reaction and your wife's.
Your Rickshaw review last week. I know you went for the Halloween haunted house, like a haunted farm or something. How was that?
Oh, buddy, that was
And I
nuts.
licked the mic for some reason.
Because you know
Yeah.
what? Try and get that Oragel off your mic there.
Boom, 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 boom.
So I'm a big Halloween fan. I'm not going to be here for Halloween weekend. My sisters are doing their like Sex in the City trip, and then they
So
bribe me.
where are you going?
They're going to New York, so they bribe me. They're like, "You gotta come. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna go to a Broadway show. We're gonna have waffles and ice cream, and then we might go see The View. Do you want to join us?" And I'm like, "No way. That sounds like the opposite of what I want to do because that's World Series weekend. Are you crazy?"
Oh, that's
I think
right.
the Blue Jays, they're coming back. They're gonna be KC tonight. We're gonna come back. We're going straight to the World Series.
That's right.
That's what's happening. So then I was like, no. And then my older sister, she got Satan on me. She's like, "You're coming with us." And I was like, I'm booking the ticket. You have no choice.
Oh, you're flying there, not driving there?
Yeah, of course. So then I was like, okay,
Of course.
bro, I'm going to fly there. You know, on the track record, I have 3 Alis. 3 Alis for the
is
price
your,
of
is your
one.
elder sister an Ali as well, still after marriage?
Bro, it's even worse. She's an Ali Ahmed.
Oh, Ali Ahmed, yo, like the clock guy.
So you know what? At the end of the day, when they're probably inspecting it, they're like, "What do you think you're doing? You're Ali and Ahmed. You're never gonna go anywhere. We would send you back on a bus, but we're scared you blow that up. So we're just gonna have to give you a bike, and you're gonna have to ride home."
Well, environmentally free, like
Environmentally friendly
friendly,
terrorist.
yeah.
She's environmentally friendly terrorist,
Terrorist.
right? She's the lesser of 2 evils. So then I was like, I got to do something for Halloween. So then every year, I always want to go to those haunted Halloween attractions. I didn't want to go to the Canada Wonderland one.
Oh,
I think
that's too freaky.
it looked
bro.
it looked cheesy. And I'm like,
Did it?
yeah, it looked
Yo, this
cheesy
kind of scared me out.
because you're a wimp.
That's
So
right,
then-
I am.
So I was like, I don't want to go to that. It looks commercialized. I want a legit one where it's in the middle of a real cornfield, an abandoned place. So I started Googling it, And then I found one of the top-rated ones. It's called Fear Farm. It's in a place called, it's either Brighton or Bright. It's like near Kitchener.
Okay.
So like it's an hour from where I live. So I went there with a couple of friends, and when we got there, it was so spooky because it's literally a dirt road. There's no lights. So it's like you're driving to like an abandoned cornfield. You drive in there, you see the farm there, the cornfield, and people are coming out, and I was like, this is scary. But what was scarier was the smell, because it was fresh manure. I was like, yo, did I shit my pants already? And I was like, bro, I'm not even there. So I walk up there. I noticed the lines are a little dead because I wanted to get there early. It's from 7 to 10. I got nervous. I don't want to wait long in line. So I get there. I was like, I'm here for the Fear Farm. I'm like, what are the rides? She's like, there's the Carna Evil. It's a haunted clown house.
Oh, wow.
And you could see it. So it was amazing. They put a lot of work into this. The outside of the entrance was a big clown mouth, and you enter it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then there was
that's pretty nice.
Then there was the Stalking Dead, which was the best one. I loved it at the end. It's basically a copy of The Walking Dead. So you go through an abandoned cornfield, and zombies just jump out
of nowhere.
And you're like, oh, damn, bro. Like, what's going on? Then there was the haunted hayride.
So here, let me stop you there. So do they like touch you or interact with you? Nothing.
So this is what happened. Well, they do. They're like,
no. But do they chase you or something like that?
They're not like add me on Facebook, bro. Like that, right? I'm scary zombie number 221. No, they chase you, but this is the funny thing. So I'll get to that later. So the first one we went to, because they're like, do the indoor ones first. The outdoor ones take a little longer, and near the end of the night, the darker it is, the more scary it is, because we're there at 7.
Yeah.
Right, because we were like in the middle of day, and I'm like, this isn't scary. I'm like, someone make a noise like, "Arr, arr, arr," like a werewolf noise. I was like, someone give me chills, right? Someone kidnapped the people I'm going with. So I'm like, oh damn, there's 5 of us, now there's 4 of us. This shit's for real. I don't want a refund. So we go into the clown house. The clown house was a little freaky because these people look demented. Like, they're wearing all this clown makeup. You enter, and then there was this clown, and she looks at me, and she's like, which way do you want to go? And I'm like, you're the tour guide. You tell me. And she got upset. She's like, decide. I'm like, no, you decide. She's like, decide. And I was like, you decide. And then she got so frustrated. She's like, look at the mirror. And then this smoke appeared, and the clown started talking to you, right? So then we went through this little alleyway. What I quickly realized, that everybody thought that I was a fearless leader, when I'm the opposite. I would sacrifice children, babies.
You would push them in front.
Anybody. The handicap, I knocked them out of the wheelchair.
Just so that you can create obstacles and run. I know. I know.
Yo, get off of this wheelchair. You know, walkers, I throw them in the way of the zombie. I'm like, go get him, zombie. You can't get me. This walker's in your way. Right? So I started going around the corner, and the first thing I pulled into was the scariest thing. There's this clown just looking at a mirror, right?
Like he's just sitting there.
Yeah, and I was like, this isn't good. This isn't good. And then I was like, he's either going to jump. So I started CSI in the situation. I'm like, he's either going to jump or there's someone over there. So then someone jumped and they're like, and I was like, I knew it, buddy. I knew it. And then he was so disappointed. He's like, damn. Right? So then we kept on going through that, and then we finished it. So fast forward. We go to
the cornfield, man.
This is the one, the Stalking Dead. So we get to the Stalking Dead.
What's it called? The Stalking Dead.
The Stalking Dead instead of the Walking Dead.
I like the play on words, yeah.
So we go there, and there's a sheriff. And I'm like, Sheriff, how's the ride been? And he's like, no one's ever called me sheriff. I'm like, because you're not a real sheriff. Right? And he's like, oh, okay. And meanwhile, before that, this was funny. So everyone's dressed in like police uniforms. While we're waiting in line for one of the other rides, someone goes to this guy. He's like, yo, man, that's a sick uniform, man. You look like a police officer. And he's like, I am a cop. He's like, oh, man. He's like, bro, you have OPP. Let me see. Is that gun real? He's like, I'm a real cop. He's like, no, stop it. He's like, you're a good actor. And he's like, no, I'm a police officer. Please, behave yourself. And
was it you? Tell me, was it you?
No, bro. I knew he was real. The way he was just looking around. He didn't have a dollar store badge that said sheriff. And that hat. So I started laughing, right? So then, fast forward, we're at the cornfield. The sheriff's getting excited. The thing that scared me the most, so each haunted attraction you go into, there was somebody there to lead you, right? Either if it was a haunted house, you would meet someone. Like, in the haunted house, this was scary. This young girl ran out, like the ring, and she's like, help me. And she ran away, and I'm like, I gotta help myself. And then she's like, no, you gotta help. She's like, no, you gotta help me. I'm like, screw you. I don't talk to you.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, I don't even know it. What's your name? What's your name? She's like, help. And I was like, oh, and the haunted house was the best. So after she took off, there was a coffin, right, in the middle of a room. And then all you hear is like, let me out. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't want to let you out. You sound scary. So there's 5 people behind me, and they're like, don't let him out. I'm like, yo, I think he can't breathe. Right?
You'll be a good citizen.
I think he's really going to die here. And I'm like, he's like, please let me out. I'm like, oh my God, he's losing breath. So I try and open the coffin. I'm like, bro, this is heavy. This is heavy. And everyone else is like, run. I'm like, there's a concerned citizen in here. And then I'm like, bro, you're on your own. And then all you hear is like, no. But luckily I realized it was a tape recorder. I was trying so hard. I was like, help. I was like,
did you ever think maybe it's a recording there?
I was like, help me. Help me. Someone's in this coffin.
Bro, just remind me never to go,
And then, you know what? One of the people who tried to scare us, they started laughing so hard. They're like, right?
Bro, you'd be like, if there was ever a horror situation, you'd be the guy who always gets killed first.
I know.
Because you'd be like, why is the window open? Let me go close the window. I would run the other way.
No,
you know what? Screw that.
You know what happens when I get scared? So, say they would jump out, I would yell something at them like, yo, man, not so loud. Not so loud, right? Or they would breathe in my face. I'm like, bro, chew some gum.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah. I'm like, and then he would feel offended because he'd be like, he's like breathing his breath. He's like, so some of them would get offended, and then by the Stalking Dad, there's these bunch of teenagers, and they were behind us, and they're like, yo, we got to follow these guys because they're jokes. So I get to the Stalking Dad. The first scene is it's a bunch of logs, and hanging from them is pig parts. So I yelled at him, I can't do this because I'm Muslim. I can't touch pork. And then you heard one of the zombies oh, damn. And he started laughing. He's like, I'm like, bro, come on. You can't break character that easy. And he's like, my bad. Right?
He said, my bad?
He's like, my bad. And then he scared someone else. He's like, bro. And I was like, yo, that was good. High five. So we kept on walking around.
So let me ask you this. Did you feel more jokey? Because I know that's a self-defense mechanism. Did you feel more jokey because you were with a group of people? If you were solo,
I would die. No, because
you wouldn't be having those conversations with them. You would just run the other way.
Because it's so scary. You go into each room, and the setups look so realistic. There's somebody with a knife. They're just staring at you. So silence is scarier than people just doing something
because jumping out.
And you know what made it even worse? Everybody who was behind me wouldn't talk. There's only this one time where we were in the haunted house and someone got scared and they're like, I'm like, yo, are you Tamil? He's like, yo, man, I'm Punjabi. And I'm like, oh, my bad, kid, da. And then he started laughing. So after that, that's the only time they talk. But everyone else would just whisper. They're like, I don't want to do this. They're like, let the brown people go first.
That's like sacrifice.
We were like the black people in scary movies. They're like, let the brown people go first. If they survive, then we know it's safe. So we kept on going through the Stalking Dad. I'll fast forward till the end. This was the best. So we were a little upset because at the end, there was some time when we were walking to the cornfield and no one was attacking us, and we were begging. We're like, somebody attack us! Jump out! We want our money's worth. And all of a sudden, you hear this thing running in the distance. I turn around. And he's like, ah! I'm like, bro, why are you wearing Adidas? It's
why are you wearing Adidas?
Bro, he was wearing, even my friend, she was like, why is he wearing an Adidas shirt and sneakers? And then he was like, ah!
My bad?
I think he forgot that he had to jump out and put the mask on and just woke up. He fell asleep in the middle of the cornfield. He's like, damn. So he started laughing, but I recommend this to everyone, man, because it was one of the funnest things I went to. They put a lot of work into it.
What was the thing called again? The
Fear Farm.
Fear Farm, out in Kitchener.
Yeah, but get ready. This weekend I'm going to something called Haunted Manor.
Yo, I don't know.
In Kitchener.
How do you do this, guy?
Zolf, this one's even more demented. It's voted the scariest in North America. And I watched the trailer. I told my younger sister, I'm like, come. She's like, screw that. You're stupid. You're on your own. Even when you watch the trailer, I'll send it to you.
No, don't.
It's so scary.
Don't.
Because all they do, there's something called the Insane Asylum. This is the one I want to go to, where all they do is they just stare at you. And they have weird faces. And then they're like, why are you here? And then they have the music in the background, a guy with a chainsaw.
Oh, man.
This looks real. And you know what one guy said, which kind of freaked us out? He's like, when we're walking around, he's like, how do we know that there's not real?
Oh my God, I was just going to ask you, how do you know it's a real place?
It's a risk you got to take in for $30 since I'm a Paki. I will get attacked because I'm paying $30. You know what I mean?
DTP, guys, right here.
Yeah.
On Rickshaw Rampage. Don't trust a Paki.
So that was my
that's crazy.
That was my Rickshaw review, I guess, right?
A recall.
Recall?
Yeah. And review. I guess we can do both.
Yeah, man. So what's your review for the week, man? We got to do the Rickshaw review.
I don't have a Rickshaw review. I have a Rickshaw revival for this week.
Oh, nice. What's a Rickshaw
So
revival?
I've
never even heard of that. This guy's making his own thing up. I like it.
New hashtag Rickshaw revival.
Just when I thought he got a command of the English language. Rickshaw.
Okay, so Giselle Marie is the guitarist for a heavy metal band out in...
Get more into the frame.
Oh,
it looks like you're giving a news report. You can't
so
see you.
Giselle Marie is a heavy metal band
now
guitarist
you are giving a news report.
Who's the band is called Spectress. She's a devoted Muslim who converted in 2009. Wow. Yeah.
Converts are always more hardcore.
So here's the thing. She's from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
You're probably right, bro. I'm not even touching that. Sao Paulo? You're probably right.
Sao Paulo.
Okay.
In Brazil. She's Portuguese. She's spreading the positive message about women in niqab. So this is our thing.
Heavy metal hijabi or heavy
That's
metal?
right, a niqabi. She's a ninja, bro.
Wow.
And she's really good because I kind of YouTubed her. Is
she like
really
a Slash? Like from Guns N' Roses, she can hit those mean notes?
Crazy ones. She's like using like a drill and like on the guitar. He's doing like crazy trash metal. And all that they're singing about. She's trying to, her whole messages about her positive messages is breaking the stereotype of niqabi women and don't subjectify them. She's actually all the songs. All I saw her was play the guitars. I don't know. She probably is.
What's the name of her band?
Spectress.
Oh yeah, you were saying
Spectress, yeah, and she sings in Portuguese. So I wanted your opinion on this. How do you rate this story? Do you think this is like a cool thing, being a Muslim, that she's on the stage wearing a niqab, or is it being disrespectful to the niqab?
I can't say that because I'm not a female. You know, I think that's up to the females to judge because I don't wear it.
No, but how would you perceive that story as?
I think it's cool. I
think it's cool too. High fives on that.
I think I'm just fearful sometimes about the extremists.
Yeah, that they'll take it the wrong way.
And they'll come and they'll give her death threats. You know how these dummies are. They don't. The real reason is, forget about the niqab issue. A lot of these extremists just never want women to advance. So this is an excuse. The niqab is a scapegoat, right? To make it seem like, oh, it's really the niqab, but really they just want to make sure women are always at the bottom of the barrel. And it's stupid. Like,
it's stupid. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're just like, women, they belong here. Like, they're like, women shouldn't be educated, this and that. And then you got to think about it, like, women are the ones that educate the children.
Absolutely.
They're the ones who have a lot more patience and tolerance, bro. Like, I can only imagine. Like, listen, if being a parent or being a mother was a full-time job, I quit in 2 days. I know, I would quit. I'm like, I don't need this. I quit, kids. And they're like, what's going on, Daddy? I'm like, don't call me Daddy. No, it's go Daddy, because Daddy's gone. Like, I could.
Horrible tag.
And then I look at my mom.
That's a horrible tag, go Daddy.
Well, that's what's happening.
Daddy. I thought you were referring to the website. No, okay, I get what you're saying now. The
horrible
GoDaddy.
co-host.
Horrible. Didn't get it. I thought you were talking to the website GoDaddy because I thought you were going to bring up the reference of $50 on the web domain. I was like, horrible.
Horrible co-host. You know my thing with the niqab? There's only one person who should wear it full time when we do the podcast. This guy right here. Because anything he says,
I should have a niqab on my mouth.
Yeah.
I should just be like this.
You should have a niqab on your mouth, sponsored by Dentine, because you got a lot of Garda coming this way. But no, I'm all for it. She's progressive. Yeah. I like it. There should be more people like this. More power to the
Absolutely.
And this is good. This is a good feel story because after the one we had last week where you went a little ISIS and a little crazy and I couldn't post that, and even you were like, I think I'm a little crazy. And even I was like, yeah, I think we're both getting a little too passionate about the niqabi that refused, that was taking the oath.
Right. At the ceremony, the citizenship ceremony.
Yeah.
Correct,
So this is good. This is a feel good. And I hope because of you sharing this, we hashtag the crap out of this, that more people are aware of this, and it encourages niqabis out there.
Yeah.
That, you know what?
And educate people who think differently about niqabi. That look at this, she's breaking the stereotype. There's more to this than meets the eye.
I'm just worried about that's it, the reaction from the extremists, like what they're gonna say. So, like, does her band embrace her?
Yeah. They're like,
how do they find her?
Well, apparently she's been a part of the band, and I think she owns a guitar store as well.
So prior to being,
she was in the band, and she just continued doing it with the niqab. She has a polka dot.
So before she never had it.
No, so she had a polka dot.
Weird.
Yeah, polka. So at first I thought maybe it's a gimmick, kind of thing. Like, you know how AC/DC wear the school uniform, like one of the guys wears a school uniform.
Totally not even the same. But I see what you mean. totally not even
But you
the
know what I
same,
mean, like
yeah.
a prop.
No, but isn't that even weirder for the band members? Because they know how she looked.
Yeah.
And now they just have
She's
to
just,
envision.
just
So
like,
I think that's hard for them.
Yeah.
That would be like a mental mind game.
But I guess it comes down to being respectful, right? And
Yeah.
It is like.
So what does she wear? Like, is it
She's just
pure
wearing
black?
a burqa. Yeah, pure black burqa with just her eyes showing, and she's killing it with the guitar, bro.
I wonder how the fans react.
So the
Do they
video
show
that
the audience?
they showed the audience on YouTube. They're like, some of them were like standing and like being very, well, that's right. It's just lay in the car. But some were like bang, head banging and stuff and everything to her music, which I was like, wow, go for it, man.
So how would you feel if that was like a male and it was a Milana and he's like jamming with a guitar?
I don't know, man, because you remember there was this Milana that came out gay as well somewhere in the U.S.
Are you serious?
Bro, I'll dig up the story. Tune in next week for the gay Milana.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. The gay Milana came out. We'll talk about that. Rickshaw rant. Time for Rickshaw rant.
Of course, my favorite time.
My favorite time. You want to go first?
No, you do it.
So I am sick and
Okay,
tired.
didn't even give me the chance to come back to me. Go ahead.
You want to go first?
No, it's too late now.
You want me to go
I
ahead?
can't stop you.
Rickshaw rant for Zovdovov. Stop freaking farting in the elevator and walking away and leaving me with the freaking smell, so that when the next round of people that come up on the elevator think that I farted. Stop it! Stop farting around my cubicle and walking away because people then think that I farted. Stop it!
So what are they supposed to do, man? They're in
Bro,
a
just
confined
go
space.
somewhere else and fart. Bro,
They can't. They're in a confined space. It's
but
an
then
elevator.
you control your you tighten those, you clench your cheeks.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes they squeak out.
Yeah, then you
That's
tell
harder.
me. I apologize.
That's harder. The
Why don't you
squeaker.
get out of this elevator? Because, bro,
The
what they do
squeaker
is...
leaker is hard.
I like
The
the hashtag squeaker leaker.
It spreads fast, Zolf.
Bro, so this...
You've never done it. You've never farted in an elevator. Oh, what a hypocrite!
But when I was alone, yes. Not when somebody
you're
was
lying.
there, left him with the smell,
That's
and then
even-
walk away and then give me that grin like, you're screwed.
So what are they supposed to do? Be like, my bad, that was me, guys.
Yeah, they're like, yo, guys, you need to leave
Call
the
it out?
elevator right now because I kind of farted. It kind of...
They hit the emergency button. They're like, oh my God, what's wrong with the elevator? I farted. Get out! Get out!
Bro, this guy, the reason is this guy, I had to meet a customer. This guy was in the elevator with me, farted, jumped out like 2 floors before me. The next floor, the following floor, it stopped. Bunch of girls came in, and they just like covered their nose and they started looking at me. And I was like, girls, it wasn't me. It was the guy before me.
They
I
think
swear to
it's
God.
you.
Yeah, and they think it's me. And I'm like, no, it's not me.
That's weird. Like, how are they supposed to determine who it was? Like, do they smell your pants? I don't understand. I don't know. It's weird because
There's no way coming back from this.
because it's like, you know what's the worst? It's not the same, but it's like sometimes I go in client meetings and they have a squeaky couch.
Yeah, and then you can't repeat it. You can't repeat that noise.
No. So you're like, no, that was the couch, and they're like, no, it wasn't. It was you. Get out of here, you animal. And I'm like, yo, I didn't leave any stains on your couch, and it's so embarrassing. Like, once during a business meeting, like talking about farting in an elevator, some guy was talking to me, bro. Pure missile, Scud missile.
Spit?
Yeah, of food just coming. I tried to
Food
make
or just spit?
This is the best. So I matrixed it. I moved to the side. Boom! Hit my coworker on the shoulder. And they're like this. And I was laughing. They're like, oh, help me! Help me! I'm like, oh, you're on your own. Get out of here. And it was like a big piece of meat. It was gross.
Oh, it was
just
chunk?
a chunk. And it was all wet. And I was like, and then they're like, take it off. And then I made a good excuse up. I'm like, I don't know if that's pork, so I can't touch it. And then they're like, good point. And I was like, but no, that is very inconsiderate. I'm just trying to think because
There is no way to come out of that, man. The thing is, it's too
'Cause if
late.
you
Because
acknowledge
nobody's gonna say, hey, I farted, you need to get out of here as well. No.
So next time after this rant, would you do that? Like if you fart in the elevator, we'd be like, guys, my bad, I had the beans.
No,
I had the beans.
This is like liar from like Jim Carrey. It was me. Yeah, I don't know how to come back from that. But people need to stop doing that shit. On escalator especially when because I'm a tall guy, bro. The minute somebody in front just goes up, their ass is right on my face.
No, but you can run. You can run. Elevator.
Like you can dodge it, but then it's too late. You already smelled the...
Like the foot... Like do...
Like
you
you
do
do
a football thing.
Yeah, you do the...
Hey. And they're like, too bad.
Or do the Indian dance.
Whatever, but that's a hard one, bro. Like
I know, there's no coming back from that.
I don't think it's right for them farting in an elevator, but what choice do they have sometimes?
That's it, bro.
Because if you let it linger inside, it's just gonna get worse. And then it's going to become bigger.
The minute you
You're
said linger,
brewing
you know
it.
what song came to my head?
Oh, the Cranberries?
Do you have to let it linger?
That's pretty
I'm
good.
such a fool for you.
Cranberries, whatever
I
happened.
love that. I love
What
that.
was the
group.
other song they had? They had two great songs, and I only can remember one. That's Linger, and then the other one was so good.
Did they have that whole the whole album was good, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Maybe I just don't remember the rest of the
Was the
song.
story Morning Glory? Wasn't that the album?
Oh my God, Zolf. You know what? Where's the Nakab? Let's throw it out.
that
That's
was
Oasis.
I'm a goop.
That's
Was that Oasis?
Yeah,
Oh.
Zolf, I have that album in my car.
Is it? You have.
Every time there's a glimmer of hope, then just shame precedes it, like a big cloud of shame and ignorance. But this is great. People are like, whatever he says about the Nakab, it's because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Let it go. You know what?
Oasis is another good band, man. They came out at the same time as Cranberries, man.
I'm not gonna validate that, but I
Yeah,
remember that
they
album
did.
was good. But you know what's good? And this is just to Rickshaw. I guess Recall 2, number 2 or number 3, I guess. Liberals, man. Let's paint the town
Whoop,
red.
whoop, whoop,
JT,
whoop.
I'm bringing liberalship back. Like I'm telling you, man. I'm so happy. Yesterday we were watching the Blue Jay game. Sorry, not the Blue game.
I don't know.
Because that's the
what
conservative.
What kind of
I was
thing you're
more
doing.
concerned because this is our future,
So-
man.
so here's the
all
thing.
immigrants
Are you
unite.
Are you pro-liberal?
100% I have to because my dad told me and I live with him.
No, my only thing is, bro. I just
Why
feel-
wouldn't you be?
It's not that I didn't vote. I voted, but I'm just saying I
It
didn't vote
depends
for
on your area too, right?
No,
you can
man,
have some
it's just,
dummy liberals.
No, bro, it's just that my thing is
You
it's
down with
another,
NDP?
It's another wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, but it's better.
Like
than...
his first thing on the agenda is to legalize marijuana. Come on, man.
Okay, so and prostitution. Thank God, bro. 2 for the price
Oh,
of
do
one.
you
Let's
say
get it.
prostitution as well?
Look how excited you are right now. Now you're like, this guy's not too bad. I don't want my kids smoking weed,
What?
but I will talk to a prostitute because I'm allowed to now. Not because I want to, because I'm allowed to.
How many times we've done late night gigs at comedy shows? I've yet to bump into a prostitute.
Now you will. She's like, here's my business card. You're like, damn, I was going to give you my business
Yo, you're
card.
on Vista Print too?
Damn. Let's do a business
Did you use it?
partnership.
Did you use the coupon? What?
No,
Let me give me the coupon
but
code.
you know what this election was to me? If you think about it, the George W. Bush, Barack Obama era, where where Stephen Harper was hated so much that anyone could have took his place. It was just who was the most
Who was the
convincing.
most
and if you think about it, because I was listening to the radio, I didn't really follow it that much until my dad's like, follow it, your future depends on it. Bill C-51, we talked about that.
Right.
And then everything else Stephen Harper wanted to do, and people started getting concerned, right?
Well, they also said, his Justin Trudeau's main campaign against conservatives was that he was Islamophobic, right?
Yeah.
So and then that's
And
when
that's
he
when
lost
all the
that
Muslims,
big
that's when all the Muslims are like, it's time to vote.
Yeah, that's
Because-
you're absolutely.
because-
They're like, yeah, Islamophobic. We're going to get you now, you bloody monkey.
You know why? Because I think statistically over the years, Muslims have the lowest voter turnout.
Well, they said they had the highest number of voters come out this time.
For
compared
Muslim, well, because of the Niqab, it was the
to
Niqab.
the niqab, yeah, the niqab.
I bet Justin Trudeau was like, yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hire a Niqabi and throw her in there because that was if you think about it,
that would be a
that
game
was a
changer.
turning point because
Yeah.
they were all neck and neck. It's a 3-way tie. NDP, right? Liberals and conservatives, neck and neck. All of a sudden,
Boom! Liberals just took off.
but in the beginning of the race, everyone's like, he's too young, he's too good looking.
He's just
was
not
third.
ready.
Yeah, and that was
Great
the word.
hair.
These attack ads were so bad. They're like, he's just not ready. But
Yo, great hair. Yeah, you know the guy with the
compliment.
Indian accent.
Yeah, that's.
But
was
he's
he
got
Indian?
but he's got a great set of hair.
Isn't that kind of weird? Like,
I was like, that's racist. Ad.
No, you're like insulting him and then you're hitting on him. Like that's confusing. He's like he's got cute dimples. They're like Sanjay, no. And then they couldn't pay
Look
for
at
it.
him. Look at him. He's such cute dimples he's got.
And let's be honest, man. Like Stephen Harper, from a look point of view, he looks like a pedophile. He looks creepy as hell. Don't you think he looks? Would you leave your children alone with him in 24/7?
I would have leave myself alone with him, bro.
Yeah. JT, of course, bro. I would want to be.
No,
with
JT
looks like a good wingman that would steal chicks at a club. Wouldn't he steal chicks at a club because he's way better?
Yo,
looking?
JT is. I don't know. I think he's gonna come out of the closet soon. I don't know.
No, you think he's playing for the other team?
I think he's playing for both teams.
You know, it'd be amazing if
Kathleen Wayne.
He turns Kathleen Wynne.
I know.
He turns Kathleen Wynne away from lesbianism.
I
And
knew
then
it.
when I gave
I
him
knew
about,
it.
he took her. He took her. And
I knew you were going there. So
the
insane,
biggest
bro. I
scandal.
knew it.
The biggest scandal.
Converted Kathleen Wayne back. Bring her over to the good side.
And then their relationship breaks up because she's cheating on him with Stephen Harper. Oh my God! What a dick.
And who's exposing all this? NDP.
Oh man, the dirt under the rug. But like I knew right away that the Liberals were I knew they were gonna win, but I didn't think it was gonna be a majority. I thought it was a minority government.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everyone thought.
Now they don't need any.
You know what's funny? The minorities made the Liberals the majority. Because if you think about it, all the immigrants, guaranteed every immigrant voted for Liberals.
Oh, for sure.
100%. Right? So it's crazy, man. We'll see what happens over the next 4 years. Everyone's saying he's too young, he's not ready. But, I think there's a chance that this might happen.
You want to do your rickshaw rant right now? I know you got a rant for this week.
It's not really a rant. It was another recall, man. My sister got in an accident.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah, she was okay. So Sunday, I'm at home.
This is your younger sister, right?
Yeah, my younger sister. I'm chilling at home. Everything's cool. All of a sudden, I hear the home phone ring. I'm like, I'm not going to answer it. Then
you still have a home phone?
Yeah. Well, I live with my parents, right?
Oh, right, that's right.
They're Amish, right? So, no, they're not
Amish.
Amish. No, they're not Amish. Once again, let's pull out the niqab. Right? A niqab moment right here. No, so then she called me on my cell phone. I picked up and I heard her like panic in her voice. She's like, "Is everything?" I was like, "Yeah, Zareen." She's like, "Yeah, I just got in an accident." I'm like, "Yo, I'm coming." So this was the funniest thing. So not the accident because I'm not that crazy. She got in an accident in front of our house, in front of my old high school. So I had to park.
Was it her fault?
No.
Okay.
So I had to park my car at the furthest lot. So then I got out and I started running. And there was this lady beside my sister, and she's like, "Is that your brother?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Is he running from his house?" And then I was like, "Yes, I just ran from my house." She's like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." I'm like, I care about my sister this much. I'm like, no, my car's over there. The weirdest thing about this accident, that lady who I just described was a concerned citizen that she didn't witness the accident, but she came out of her car to comfort my sister. But then I realized she was more of a feminist, because the guy who hit my sister, he pulled an illegal U-turn, and he was like some Russian immigrant trying to intimidate my sister. He's like, "I pulled the U-turn. What's the problem?" Like, that's all he kept on saying.
Oh.
And then this feminist came out and she's like, "You're an idiot. You're stupid. Know the rules of the road." And my sister's like, "Calm down, please. Calm down, please. He might kill us." She's like, "You don't know what you're doing. You cannot intimidate us females." And my sister's like, "What's going on here? Are we a team?" And then she's like, "Calm down." She started telling me, she's like, "Take some pictures of the car." So then I started CSS.
Okay, this girl, she's like, this is happening in Brampton, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 100%. So funny you mentioned Brampton. When I started taking pictures of the accident, some guy rolls down his window, looks at me and yells out, "It's because of you we have high insurance rates in Brampton, buddy." And then I was like, I wasn't even driving. And then he takes off because Brampton apparently has the highest, because there's a lot of fraud that happens in Brampton.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this looked like a fraudulent accident, but the thing I couldn't understand was like, how come my sister's in the opposite lane? But the impact was so hard.
Oh, the car turned?
The car turned and it came into oncoming traffic. My sister startled. Luckily, that feminist was there because she's like, "Get out of the car! Get out of the car!" My sister's like, "Ah!" And she got out. But the rant I had, I was so upset. It took the goddamn
Cops.
popo, the police, the OPP. They're not down with me. It took them, Zolf, 2.5 hours. Zolf, it was like I was on hold with Rogers. It was like, "Please wait for the next customer service agent that might be available. Will you be in the area from Monday to Friday from the hours?" And I'm like, I can't move. So I started panicking because there was a leak, right? And I'm like, this car could explode.
You watch too many movies.
Yeah,
bro.
so I'm like, oh my God. So then the tow truck drivers were the best. They're like, "We can't touch it because it's a police matter." And they're like, "We might not even get the business." I'm like, these punks.
They're
like
liars,
leeches.
yeah.
They're leeches, bro.
They're such liars.
I don't understand how tow truck drivers, the minute they hear an accident, they got that hearing. They're like, "Did you hear that, Bob? Oh my God, it was an accident. Let's go." And they got to this, Bob, I think, oh my God. Okay, no, I think someone just fell off their chair. No, that was a car accident. Let's go. So they all were there. They're all trying to sell me. They're like, "Use our service. You get this and that." I'm like, "Calm down. We have an insurance company. We've got to talk to them." So we're waiting. I called the police. And then the feminist is like, "I already called the police, okay? They know when to come." And I'm like, "No, it's been so long." I call again, and I start talking to the operator. I'm like, "There's been a big accident. There's a leak." She's like, "What kind of a leak it is?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. It could be death leak." She's like, "Where's it leaking from?" I'm like, "Okay, it's the windshield washer fluid." She's like, "Okay, you're next in line." I'm like, "What do you mean next in line?"
Washer fluid?
So this is the worst. Bro, after that call, I got excited because I saw a cop coming straight. I was like, "Oh, there's an officer." This punk makes a left, and he just took off. And then we were all just sitting there and we're like, "Man, this is terrible." Like, we're like, we wish we got an accident, a more severe accident, so they would show up earlier.
Yeah.
So it was just confusing, the whole thing. Like, you know, when you get in an accident, like, God willing, everyone's all right, but make sure your car's, like, gonna explode. Because the cops
Cops not gonna show up before that,
Because then you're on a waiting list for the police to, like, take their time. And when they finally came...
It's like when you go to the hospital in emergency, unless you're not bleeding to death, they're not gonna attend to you.
Yeah,
you gotta wait in line.
Yeah, you're like, I got a paper cut. Someone's like, yo, I just got shot 5 times. It's like, damn it, man. Why's the guy gonna get shot 5 times? I was here first, right?
No,
there's no VIP.
It's upon the emergency.
There's no VIP service. That's how it kind of rolls. But, yeah, that's it, man. That's my rickshaw recall,
That's
I guess,
wicked.
for the week.
Yo, that's wicked. Yo, that's a wrap. For Rickshaw Rampage number 17.
You're so nervous.
Go Blue Jays, go!
That was so nervous.
I'm Zolf the Wolf.
Yo, I'm Amos Ferrari.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Yeah, let's hope the Blue Jays are still in the playoffs.
They will be, man. Be positive.